Yeah. Okay, let's start it. Then Father, I think that I'm ready. I be forsaking the world to witness your glory and essence. They tryna throw shade on my light, but they don't know that it's fluorescent. The fact that I got it from you, that is the ultimate blessing. That's facts. The only objective I'm seeing is doing your will. I live for this reasons. My allies be angels, got friendship with legions. We ready for battle, take vengeance on demons. The evil King Marcus, I don't shop at Neiman's. Spirit ignite when I read through Ephesians. Put on that armor, I feel like a beetle. Not the musicians, I'm talking about spirit. It give me a high like it came from a needle. Talk to my flesh like, bro, I would leave you. My ego won't gas me, I don't ride a diesel. Those that have patience and wait on the Lord will mount on his wings and fly like a eagle. For real, I hopped out the matrix, I took the red pill. Had enemies after me since I was little. Got baptized water, I felt like a hill. Electric hands up with my weapon, I work till it's finished. I'll be walking outside. My Shiak is a legend.
Before. I'm all in my bag, I'm not trying to brag, I'm just trying to help add a whole lot of souls into the fold, into the pros. I'm on the straight and narrow, dodging potholes. The haters gon' plot, but the most I expose. So the beef that they cooking in me is pot roast. They better be glad I'm a vegan, or else I'ma eat them and I ain't leaving nothing but bones, you see. The most high is so gracious, he'll never forsake us or leave us alone, you see. So I give him my loyalty, because he made me royalty. All I need is the soul to seed. Another man water, the most I gon' grow the tree. And if he had to increase, then you know it's good fruit for your soul to eat. No need to be greedy, believe me, it's more than enough for us all to eat. You think my metaphors is deep, I'm still at the shore, I got more to see. Now that ball is legendary, I just write what he say like a secretary. I'ma give him the praise till the day I'm buried. I'ma give him the praise cause it's necessary. We gon' serve the most high, we ain't never scared. Got our armor on and got our weapons ready. We gon' rise to our feet, we ain't sedentary. I should tie your defeat, it's set in stone like a cemetery.
Legend.
Giving blessings power be the throne and to the Lamb forever and ever. Kahalahaba. Yes, man. Even the Romans wrote about Christ. This is undeniable proof. Undeniable proof, man. Christ existed. You know, man. This is the time or the days where Christ got to be preached and the gospel got to be preached properly. And it got to come to the world, man. You know what I mean? So we just doing our part, and we just furtherly proving that Christ is not only somebody that's in the Bible, but he's actually an actual character or actual being that existed. The Romans.
It's skipping.
We're gonna look into. We're gonna look
It's
into
skipping.
what the Romans were saying, man. It's skipping. My voice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Morgan.
How about now?
No, good.
Am I still working? I'm still good, and I'm good now.
Yeah, you good.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go straight into this then. All right. You probably want to read this then. Am I boring now? Am I Borging now, Akbalak? Your mic is muted. Oh, hopefully we're not. All right. So let's get straight to it. Check this out. It says, we have seen that 27 separate documents of the New Testament testify Yahweh's existence, as well as provided information about his public ministry. In addition, there are several early non-Christian sources that mention Yahweh. These non-Christian writings are recognized as secondary sources because they are not based on first-hand knowledge of the events of the life of Christ. Nevertheless, these sources are valuable because they testify to Yahweh's existence and confirm the basic record of Yahweh's life as recorded in the New Testament. We will now consider the testimony of these early non-Christian witnesses to the life of Yahweh. And we're going to get down to this, and before we read this is right here is coming from his enemies. Keep in mind, man. So when people say that Christ didn't exist, they don't believe that he exists, because that is something that you'll run across, man. If you become a person that partakes in this awakening, you're going to run across people that's going to deny him, you know what I'm saying, his existence right off the bat or in whole. So when, you know, if you are, you know what I mean, in a position where you're actually having a conversation with this person, you're going to have to be armed with a certain, you know what I mean, a certain knowledge to be able to defeat this negative way of thinking, or in other words, this evil spirit. You know what I mean? So when that's being done, you're gonna have to go to this. And what I typed in to get to this is, I went right here to Google, and I typed in, what did the Roman historian Tacitus write about Yahweh? And then I put the word blue letters. And then right there it comes up. So boom, you hit it. And then you get this. Take you straight to here. So it says, Flavius Josephus. And we already discussed and covered Robert Eisler's finding of the Syrian version or the Persian version or something, but it was basically the original version of the book of Josephus and what he said about Christ, and he retranslated it. We already went through that in one of the first videos of the proof of Christ's existence. But we were proving that he was black also in that one. That's why the Robert Eisler's is different than what we're going to see with the contemporary translation of Flavius Josephus. But even with the contemporary Flavius Josephus, it still is one of the documentation that comes from a non-Christian testimony, which would only denote authenticity. Its authenticity. Authenticity. I don't know how to say the word. It'll prove that it's authentic. It'll prove that Christ's existence is authentic as it was written in the Bible, because these are coming from enemy sources. All right, they wouldn't have any reason. You know, there isn't any knowledgeable reason why these people would write about somebody that was completely against, or they were completely against, and he went against their whole paradigm. You know, they didn't make this up. In other words, so Flavius Josephus, which was a Pharisee, part of the same crowd of people that wasn't taking the likeness of Christ, if you will. He says, apart from the New Testament, the earliest testimony of Yahushua that has survived is the Jewish writer Flavius Josephus. He had to say, now there was this time, Yahushua, a wise man, if it be lawful to call him a man, because he was a doer of wonderful works, a teacher of such men as received the truth with pleasure. He drew over to him both many of the Jews and many of the Gentiles. Talking about the Samaritans and the 10 tribes. That he was the Christ. And he said, and when Pilate, at the suggestion of the principal men amongst us, had condemned us to the cross, those who loved him at first did not forsake him, because he appeared to them alive again the third day, as the divine prophets have foretold these and 10,000 other wonderful things concerning him. And the tribe of Christians, so named from him, are not extinct at this day. So Flavius Josephus came after Christ, like 30 years after his death or something around that time. This dude, he was running into Christians that was sparked from this in particular being's movement that people all knew about. So, reading on, he says, the complete trustworthiness of this passage has been called into question because it refers to Yahushua as the Messiah, the Christ. Whether entirely authentic or not, the passage gives testimony to Yahushua's existence. The following historical fact can be derived from Josephus' statement. Yahushua of Nazareth existed. All right. Some people believe him to be the Messiah. He had many disciples from both Jews and Gentiles. He condemned the death by crucifixion under Pontius Pilate. His disciples testified that Yahushua rose from the dead 3 days after his death. And last but not least, his disciples proclaimed the resurrection of Christ. Shalom, man. Yahushua. Oh, Akmalak dropped off. What happened, Akmalak? Can y'all hear me? I hope the sound is going good because we was Morgan last time, man. Does it sound good?
Yeah, sound good.
Okay. Oops. Where were we at? What's going on here? Boom. I don't know what happened. All right. He says Thallus was a Samaritan. So now we got Thallus AD. This is Thallus. That wicked demon looking mofo right there. That's Thallus. Homeboy right here on the right. Well, Thallus from 52 AD was a Samaritan-born historian whose writings have not survived to the present day. Another writer, however, Julius Africanus, AD 222-21, cites the writings of Thallus, saying that Thallus attempted to explain away the 3-hour period of darkness at the time of Christ's crucifixion. And this is what he says. He says, Thallus, in the third book of his histories, explains away his darkness as an eclipse of the sun, unreasonable, as it seems to me. In attempting to explain the 3rd hour period of darkness, Thallus gives testimony that such an event did occur. His supernatural explanation of the event is impossible because Christ died at the time of Passover when there was a full moon, and a solar eclipse could not take place at the time of a full moon. We are indebted to Julius Africanus for this glimpse into the writings of Thales. And I even slam dunk. It was like, it was still daytime. It said that he died in the 6th hour, or yeah, it was like they say he died at the 9th hour in the 6th hour, something like that. So it was like in the middle of the day, middle of the afternoon, when it went dark. He said, in the British Museum, there is a letter written during the 1st century AD by a father to his son in prison. So this is a letter of Mara bar Serapion. That's how you say it. The letter of Mara bar Serapion. After AD 73. All right, 73 AD. In the British Museum, there was a letter written during the 1st century AD by a father to a son in prison. The father compares the death of Socrates, Pythagoras, and a wise king. And this is what he says. What advantage did the Jews gain from executing their wise king? That lines up with the narrative that's in the New Testament depicting Christ and how the Jews desired for him to be killed. It was just after that their kingdom was abolished. But Socrates, so right after that, after they killed the king, after they killed Christ, they lost their kingdom. But Socrates did not die for good. He lived in the teaching of Plato. Pythagoras did not die for good. He lived in the statue of Hera. Nor did the wise king die for good. He lived on in the teaching which he had given. He didn't say like they didn't die for a good reason. They're saying they didn't die forever. That's what he's saying. So when he says Socrates, he didn't die forever because he lived on in the teachings of Plato. Pythagoras did not die forever because he lived on in the statue of Hera. Nor did the wise king Christ die forever because he lived on in the teaching which he had given. And I be hitting niggas with that too. I'm like Christ is alive right now. I'm like, yup. I'm like, not only is he alive physically, even in another sense, he's alive because he lives on through his teachings that he given us. They be like,
Con,
there like,
that's that everlasting word.
Right. They be sitting there looking like a pile of steamy eggs, man. Just like sour ass niggas. Because you can't get past these things. He said, it is very probable the wise king referred to Yahweh. The writer mentioned the Jews lost their kingdom soon after they executed their wise king. Less than 40 years after the crucifixion of Yahweh. The Romans destroyed the city of Jerusalem, and the Jews were scattered out of the land. Now we got Rabbi Eleazar from 90 AD.
Yeah, that goes with the
which would be part of the same crowd of people that wasn't down with Christ. And I don't know who Marabar Sagapion actually was. But Alice was a straight Roman. Rabbi Eleazar, this was of the Pharisaicals. He said Rabbi Eleazar is believed to have written the following in the last decade of the 1st century. Rabbi Eleazar said, Balaam looked forth and saw that there was a man born of woman who should rise up and seek to make himself God and to cause the whole world to go astray. Therefore, God gave the power to the voice of Balaam, that all the peoples of the world might hear. And thus he spoke. Give heed that you go not astray after that man, for it is written, God is not man that he should lie. And if he says that he is God, he is a liar. And he will deceive and say that he departs and comes again at the end. He says, and he shall not perform. Joseph, Closet, Yahweh of Nazareth, London, Collier, Macmillan, 1929, page 54. And that's the same kind of argument these people say today. Same thing. Me and Akbalak just got done just a couple days ago, and we do the probably right online right now, still talking about that ass whooping that we gave these niggas. Proving that Christ is our ruler, he's our leader. And it's just that it gets mixed up with the English translation when you got the word theos or theos, always just as, you know what I mean, the word God. And then in the Western world, they think that, you know what I mean, they just don't understand what a God it really is, even if they look at the definition and find it themselves. No, Christ is our leader. That is who we're supposed to follow after. He is the one that we've been dealing with for a long time in the Old Testament. A lot of people failing to realize that. But there is a lot of people that knows better. There's a whole lot more people that they ain't buying that wicked antichrist doctrine. So, you know, it's going to be bad for them people that's in that denial state. Cornelius Tacitus, early 2nd century. This is another Roman cat. Let's pull up. So these dudes, they look like demons to me. That's why I be pulling them up. I had to change that beat. That beat was whack. All right. It says Cornelius Tacitus, a Roman. It sounds like something that you'll hear over there at Judah Nazareth's channel. Not cool. It said Cornelius Tacitus. Oh yeah, I was pulling up Cornelius Tacitus. Yeah, they look like demons to me. Demon. So that's Cornelius Tacitus. Yeah, he, you know, ancient hater, basically, what we about to talk about right here. Cornelius Tacitus, old school hater. A Roman historian living in the early 2nd century wrote about the reign of Caesar Nero, which was a big-time murderous hater of the Israelites. Tacitus records that Nero shifted the blame for the burning of Rome from himself to the Christians, to the Israelites, to the real true Israelites, the ones that's actually building up their people. Hence, this is what he says. Hence, to suppress the rumor, he falsely charged with the guilt and punished with the most exquisite tortures the persons commonly called Christians, who were hated for their enormities. Christus, what about Christ, the founder of the name, was put to death by Pontius Pilate. That's Christ now. Can't nobody deny that this is a actual testimony that proves that this guy existed as it was written in the Bible. Look, Christus, the founder of the name, was put to death by Pontius Pilate. procurator of Judea in the reign of Tiberius. Not only through Judea, where the mischief originated, but through the city of Rome also. So they actually went and attacked the people that Paul wrote the letter to too. So they started killing and torturing Israelites in our land, and they started killing us in the lands that they had us that we was already scattered in, that Paul wrote the letters to. Tacitus also refers to Christianity in another section of his history when speaking of the burning of the temple. We know about this reference from another writer, Sulpicius, Cerberus, who preserved the reference from Tacitus. Tacitus's writings confirm the existence of Yahweh as well as the spread of Christianity at an early date. Several other details that he mentions line up with the New Testament. That's true. Yeah, I knew something happened with that a lot.
Yeah, this man. Every time
Why does it keep dropping out?
I clicked, I tried to like read the message that I got from Tay, and it kicked me out again. So I was just like, man, skip it. Anybody try to text, I ain't even tripping.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the iPhones is whack when you're live.
Man,
the Android, you can do. Man, when I was on the Android, I was doing all kinds of shit. I was able to pull up stuff while I'm still online. I mean, while I'm still in stream.
for real, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Before I updated it, my iPhone, I was able to, scroll out of this and still hear it, and then like go on Blue Letter and stuff, like you're doing right now. I was able to do that.
Yeah, I'm doing this from a tablet. I'm just using my iPhone as a hotspot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, try to try to make this shit work,
man.
But you see what I just brought out with Tacitus? That right there, that's irrefutable proof. Here we go. Tacitus' writing confirms the existence of Yahweh as well as the spread of Christianity at an early date. Several other details.
My bad. He's the one that blamed the stuff on the Christians and start killing them for no reason.
Right.
Which was the Israelites.
Right. God. And it said, and it's detail. Excuse me. Is that several other details that he mentions lines up with the New Testament. Christ's public ministry began during the reign of Tiberius Caesar. That's according to Luke 3:1. Pontius Pilate was governor of Judea at the time of Christ's death, according to Matthew 27:6. Yahweh was put to death as a criminal, according to Luke 23:2. His death occurred in Judea. That lines up with Mark 11:6. And then 5, Yahweh's death stopped the superstition for a short time, but it's soon broken out again. He says Pliny the Younger was governor of Bithynia. He wrote a letter to the emperor Trajan, saying that he had killed numerous Christians. He also had this to say of the Christians. They were in the habit of meeting on a certain fixed day before it was light.
What? Before it was what?
They were in the habit of meeting on a certain fixed day before it was light. Yeah.
That's that Sabbath day, man.
That's
that Sabbath day, man. Let you know that the Sabbath starts at night.
Yeah, they begun at night. They killed them. I didn't know that was a gasser.
Yeah, that was gas.
He said they were in the habit of meeting on a certain fixed day before it was light. When they sang an alternate verse, a hymn to Christ as to a God, lowercase g, and bound themselves to the solemn oath not to do any wicked deeds and never to deny a truth when they should be called upon to deliver it up.
Man, that sounds like some upright brothers right there. Pliny the Younger is haters.
That's real. And they ain't a trick because I was always saying, I always say, I be telling you brothers online and stuff, I be like, man, if a brother can't even make an oath that he ain't gonna do you no harm, if he can't even admit that out of his mouth, why the hell would you think I want to try to build with somebody? You know that his ass is so wicked that he can't even confess that. He can't even confess that he'll do me right, because he knows damn well that he's gonna break that deed.
Dang.
And these brothers right here, they have that same concept right here, because these brothers would bound themselves to solemn oath not to do any wicked deeds and never to deny the truth when they should be called upon to deliver it up. See, that Pliny confirms the historical accuracy of some of the details of the New Testament. He says the Christians met on a fixed day, Acts 20:7. Pliny noted that the Christians prayed to Yahweh as God, with lowercase g. They went out their way and capitalized it. Suetonius, AD 120. Suetonius was a court official under the Emperor Hadrian. He wrote of Claudius Caesar. Hadrian is something that we don't know about. A lot of people don't be studying Hadrian, but you want to know why a lot of people don't study Hadrian, Aqualot,
why?
And you know why they don't?
No,
because Hadrian in the reign of Hadrian, I'm trying to figure out how to spell it. My bad. Okay, in the reign of Hadrian,
Hadrian.
Yeah, I spelled it real wrong. But
you just forgot the R.
Yeah, it looked bad without that R.
yeah, for real.
All right, this is Hadrian. This dude, this wicked piece of shit. Well, Hadrian, he was killing a lot of Jews. He was down with some gay shit. He was doing the most. And another thing that he did was, though, but what they don't like to talk about him is that Hadrian, he built a fake Jerusalem. What? Hadrian built a fake Jerusalem.
Dang.
Where is it at? I wonder.
Man, I think I got
you know that? Yeah, I think I do too, That's why you don't hear a lot. For real, that's why have you ever heard this name?
No.
That's why you don't hear it. But if we look, Hadrian was a prominent figure. It has a lot to do with that you would think that people would talk about. Hadrian was a Roman emperor from 117 to 138. He was born into a Roman family which had settled in
the back again. Y'all saw.
Shalom.
Yeah, man. Shalom.
Yeah, man. You catching this?
Yeah, Hadrian. Yep. He made a fake Jerusalem.
Yeah, in his reign, After he didn't destroyed everything, after everything was destroyed and these niggas was killing, he was going around doing all kinds of crazy shit, man. Killing Israelites, hunting us down. You know what I mean? He had like you could tell this nigga was like some East. He was like, until he knew that he was Esau.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Yeah, you be like, damn, this dude right here, he acting like he knew who the fuck he was and who we really are and all that shit. With that kind of action, he was trying to wipe out everything about us, and then at the end he made a fake Jerusalem, like a decoy Jerusalem, just to throw niggas off. Literally. That's why niggas don't talk about Hadrian. This video is not about Hadrian, so we can say that for another one. But I just wanted to you know what I mean, let you guys know. You see, Hadrian was emperor of Rome from 117 to 138 CE, and he is recognized as the third of the 5 good emperors. What? So in the white man's world, this dude is held up to the white people as the third place of one of the 5 dopest white motherfuckers that they know about for themselves.
And niggas don't even know about this dude. That's crazy.
And they don't even say nothing about him. And you hear about Hadrian. Hadrian was getting down with the most. He was just like fucking what's his name? Antiochus. You know, cruel motherfucker. But we check him out, and this is what this, you know what I'm saying, POS says. Where we at?
This Suetonius
was an official under the emperor Hadrian. He wrote to Claudius Caesar, as the Jews were making constant disturbances at the instigation of Chestus, which is an alternative spelling of Christ, he expelled them from Rome. Suetonius also wrote, punishment by Nero inflicted on the Christians, a class of men given to a new and a mischievous superstition. And that's from the book of Lives of the Caesars. So this right here denotes Christ's existence also, because of the followers that came and resulted that these people were now attacking and expelling. It wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, these people wasn't just attacking people, and they wasn't just expelling just a group of people. They was expelling people that was following after a certain man. And that certain man was Christus, or Christ, or Chestus. These are all different alternative spelling of the same person. Suetonius excuse me, also wrote, punishment by Nero was inflicted on, my bad. Okay, now we at Lucian, 2nd century. The Greek satirist Lucian alluded to Yahushua. This is what he said. The man who was crucified in Palestine because he introduced this new cult into the world. Furthermore, their first lawgiver persuaded them that they were all brothers, one of another, after they have transgressed once for all by denying the Greek gods and by worshiping that crucified sophist himself and living under his laws on the death of Herod Grimes. So sounds like they're just leading right off where I mean, leading from right where the Bible left off when it comes down to talking about, say the book of Acts, or when we get down to the end of the book of the saints, Saint Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We see that this goes right in line with it. This would be expected to be something that somebody should be reporting after what Christ was doing. Lucian confirms the New Testament record that Yahweh had died in Palestine by means of crucifixion. The Talmud. And then we go to the Talmud. The Talmud, I ain't really been going into the Talmud for nothing.
Man,
but this is going to be my first time seeing what the Talmud says about Christ. The Talmud is a collection of Jewish writings constituting the religious and civil law. They were completed by AD 500. The Talmud states, on the eve of Passover, they hanged Yeshu of Nazareth, and the herald went before him for 40 days, saying, Yeshu of Nazareth is going to be stoned, and that he has practiced sorcery and beguiled and led astray Israel. This is the same stuff that the scribes and the Pharisees were saying in the Bible. Let everyone know, in his defense, come and plead for him. But they found not in his defense, and hanged him on the eve of Passover. That's even what in the Babylonian Talmud, which is coming from another set of Pharisees. The people that wasn't down with Christ.
what does Sanhedrin mean?
The Talmud. What'd you say?
What does Sanhedrin mean?
Let's type that in. Sanhedrin. Definition of Sanhedrin: the Supreme Council and Tribunal of the Jews during post-exilic times, headed by a high priest and having religious, civil, and criminal jurisdiction. So the Sanhedrin, in other words, would just be
Like a congregation.
Yeah, a collection of these brothers.
Right. Okay.
He said a collection of these brothers, but they ain't, say basically like when you see you see the Supreme Court. Have you ever seen that?
Gone.
You see how it looks?
Yeah.
That's a Sanhedrin.
Gone.
They got it. We probably got it from these dudes. My bad, man. My computer running slow. Sanhedrin. That's a Sanhedrin. Same shit. Look.
Yep.
Sanhedrin. And it goes even, all kinds of shit. Sanhedrin.
Yep.
These are Sanhedrins.
Yep. Like the Democrats and the Republicans, and the like the main person would be like the president.
Right. Here goes the Sanhedrin right here too. What you see right here in the corner?
Con.
Sanhedrin.
Got round table.
Right, United Nations. Sanhedrin.
Con.
Same thing. My computer's running real slow, so I'm pressing buttons and it ain't responding. But yeah, that's the Sanhedrin. All right. He said, Talmud contains a further reference to Yahweh. I found a genealogical roll in Jerusalem wherein was recorded, such a one is a bastard of an adulteress. Yeah, that's coming from the haters. Both of these references corroborate.
Man, there's people right now, live right now, trying to say that.
Somebody live right now trying to say that.
Yeah.
What they saying?
Mary's like adulterer, and you know what I mean, all that extra stuff. Or she was sleeping with a Roman soldier. That's how she had Christ. All that weird shit. Excuse my language.
Yeah, you see? So you look. Same old story, man. You know what I'm saying? These guys are back. That's why. They're here again. We're dealing with these Sanhedrin. When you go on these panels and you got all this multiple cluster of this wicked niggas. And they you know what I'm saying? There's some spooky shit behind that. You're not just dealing with just some guy, some weirdo on his laptop. It's you know what I mean? It would be nicer if it was that innocent. Just a nut job talking shit. But that's not what it is. This is a resurrected demon. Bloodthirsty psychopath that saw literally Christ and bugged out. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep. Con.
Them niggas here again, and they're still at it. It's just that those brothers, they understood regeneration. You feel me?
Yep.
Things that was in Greek that is translated to us was already understood to them. So when they ran across words like everlasting life, they didn't think the way that we thought. When they said the word everlasting life in their brain, in their language, they were saying perpetual life. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Their brain took it different. So you look and you say, oh, that's why they was warning us. That's why it was so easy for them to prophesy that, hey man, y'all niggas is gonna run into the same way that we ran into this stuff, the same shit. You need to be prepared for it. And you can just, blindly write that to somebody.
You know what, too, though?
Christ could just say it.
These dudes that be like tripping on Christ, you know what they be reading out of?
The Talmud?
The Jewish Bible, yep, the Jewish Bible. I don't know if it's the Talmud or not, but they be pulling up like Jewish shit.
Yeah. They study the they study the non-Messianic Jews, the white man. The same stuff that they are saying is the exact same shit that is taught by like Jews, like they'll be having names like Rabbi Finkelstein. You know?
Yeah.
That's actually a real dude. Remember that dude Chuck Norris?
Come.
You remember Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
Chuck Norris was that he was sending that to me when I first met him. When I hit him with the word, he went home, and that's when he started texting me. A couple days
Oh
after
yeah. Oh, Chuck Norris. Yeah.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I know you talking about now. Yeah, he would use that shit on Aharon.
Yeah.
That Jewish stuff.
Yo. That's when I learned. Like, oh, so these guys are trying to gang people up on some antichrist type shit.
Yeah.
Real talk. This is crazy. That's why we got to do these things, you know. That because there's some people that's attacking us, and we don't even understand or know. Some people have no idea, have no clue what's going on and where these things are coming from. But these will be things that prominent figures in people's families will start dropping around, and people will pick up on that shit. Like, say a dude come right out of prison, you know what I'm saying, with these knuckleheads, you know what I'm saying, they be looking up to niggas that just get out the pen. And if this nigga get out the pen, be talking this antichrist ass shit, man, that stuff is, man, somebody of his family, if not a lot of these people in his family, is gonna actually follow right after that shit.
Come on.
So you gotta be really prepared for this. He says, right here, we're gonna read on. He says the Talmud, it said both of these references corroborate the New Testament picture of how unbelievers viewed Yahushua. They accused him of being demon possessed. But when the Pharisees heard it, this is what they're saying. This fellow does not cast out demons except by Beelzebub, the ruler of the demons. From the Matthew 12 and 24.
They never, but look at though, they never said that about David when he was casting out the demons out of Solomon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know, man. That's a good catch, man. Exactly. This double standard that they have is sickening. They'll say, you're not supposed, you're like, I don't say nothing in the name of, when I pray, I don't pray in the name of, no, man, nothing. You like, you don't have to, though.
Right.
But you do be saying stuff like, you know, in the law of Moses.
Right.
You be like,
well, that's the reputation. You know what I mean? Come on now. The name just means reputation.
Right. Like in the law of Moses, speaking about his reputation.
Yep.
Yeah. Same thing.
That's in his name.
Speaking in his reputation.
Yep.
So, like, when you ask me, do you pray in the name of Christ? You're like, well, it depends on how you want to. It depends on how you're asking me that question, because if I'm doing the Lord's Prayer, I can't find that in the Old Testament. And if I do the Lord's Prayer and do it verbatim, even if I don't mention at the end in Yahushua's name, I still profess it.
Yeah, you already did it in his reputation. Yeah, you already did it. And once you do it, you already doing it in representation of what he said.
Right. Causing him to live on through his teachings.
Yeah.
Right. He said they also accused him of being an illegitimate child. You know, we were not born of fornication. John 8:41. This is all like haters talking. I mean, we do the same shit, man. This reference also confirms that Yahushua's death took place at the time of the Passover. The value of these writings. These are some of the early references from non-Christian sources that testify to the existence of Yahushua HaMashiach and his followers. As we can readily see, the references are limited and are not of a first-hand nature. They are extremely valuable. However, in that they corroborate the basic outline of the life of Yahushua as given in the New Testament and give further testimony of the accuracy of the New Testament record. The secondary sources testify that there was a controversy concerning the birth of Christ. Those who did not believe him to be virgin born concluded he was an illegitimate child. It took a big jump. Couldn't have been Joseph's. The religious leaders believed Yahushua's miraculous deeds were due to him being demon-possessed. Yahushua was crucified during the Passover when Pontius Pilate was governor of Judea. These are all things that in biblical sources and outside of biblical sources both agree on. All right. Yahushua was crucified during the Passover when Pontius Pilate was governor of Judea. There were 3 hours of unexplained darkness in his crucifixion. His disciples believed that Yahushua had risen from the dead. The early Christians worshiped Christ as God, lowercase g. Christianity spread to Rome at an early date. And then 8, the Roman emperors persecuted the early Christians. So to sum it all up, the question of the existence of Yahushua is not an issue. 27 separate documents written by people who had personal contact with Yahushua testify to the fact that he did indeed exist. In addition, there is the testimony of Yahushua's enemies, the Jews and Romans. They did not endorse the ministry of Yahushua and tried without success to stop Christianity from growing. In all these efforts, however, we never find them denying Yahushua's existence. What? However, we never find them denying Yahushua's existence. They attempted to put him out as a deceiver and blasphemer, and by doing so, admitted that he existed. Could not refute that he existed because it was too evident. That wouldn't have been a logical argument because it was closer to the time of the actual event. So we see that at the time that was closer to the time period of the actual event, the haters themselves could not deny that he existed at all. Or he couldn't even deny that the stuff that he didn't do. They couldn't deny none of that. What they had to do is try to explain these things away or to demonize these things that he did, or that was known to have occurred in the testimonies that pertains to him. So from non-Christian sources, we find that Christ's public ministry began during the reign of Tiberius Caesar. Pontius Pilate was governor of Judea at the time of Christ's death. Yahushua was put to death as a criminal. His death occurred in Judea. Yahushua's death stopped the superstition, quote unquote, for a short time, but is soon broken out again. All of these facts confirm what is written in the New Testament. Thus, we can confidently say that the issue of Yahushua's existence is not an issue at all. What? We can confidently say that the issue of Yahushua's existence is not an issue at all. Every source, friendly, unfriendly, testified that he did exist. As it is written in the gospel, what they should have said. That's what I would have put. As it is written in the New Testament. Yay. Because this is the facts. Kal Halal Harbad, that these people, man, they're resurrected. They're resurrected antichrist. Okay. It was going on there, Volume. Shalom.
Hey, shalom to y'all brothers. Yeah, man, I don't want to take
He
up too
said,
much of your show, bro. Battle Axe. I just wanted to I was trying to figure out a way to contact you because I didn't like the way our last conversation went. So I just wanted to make peace with you, bro, because I really don't got no issue with you. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to clear that up, bro. Hopefully we could get some
okay, no,
peace.
it's all good, brother. It's all
I
good,
can't hear
man.
you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shalom.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't
I
hear
hear
me?
you now. Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's all peace, man. Shalom. You know what I mean? It's all love and shalom. I don't have no problems with y'all, man. I don't have no problems with you, period.
All right,
You know what I mean?
cool.
We're all good.
Cool.
Yeah, we're
I
all
just
good.
want to get that straight, man, because we was going at it, and I'm like, yo, I ain't got no beef with Battle Axe. I like you and Ak, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to clear it up,
man.
bro.
No, we good. We you know what I'm saying? We got a bigger job than be sitting around here eating at each other. We got a bigger job, man. You know,
Cool. I agree with that.
we gotta do them. We the angels, man, and we gotta actually bind up everything that offends and burn that stuff up.
I agree.
That's all we gotta do. That's the most important job that's at hand right now, man. It's ushering in this kingdom.
Exactly. Okay, man. Yeah, that's it, bro. Like I said, not to take up your show. I just wanted, you know what I'm saying? I ain't feel right. I just want to get that cleared up, bro.
No, you good, man. All praises to the Most High, man. And you know, I apologize. For if I offended you or anything like that, man. For anything I said or anything. You good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. All right, I feel better, man. All right, y'all keep going. Keep spreading that truth.
All right, man. Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Okay, so when we get to this Antichrist, man, you know, the apostles that was following after Christ, man, they gave us some clear instructions and some heads up, letting us know, like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This is what is going to happen. This is what we're actually dealing with. We're dealing with Antichrist. He says, little children, it is the last time. 1 John 2:18, as you have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. So when you look up and you see the Antichrist, that's it, man. Come on now. That's it. That's a way. That's an indication mark. You can be able to actually find yourself where you're at chronologically in the timeline. You're like, where are we at right now? Is this just like just something that's just going on, and maybe the future is, or the end time is way down the road or something like that? Because some people have asked me that, and people are like, nah, man, this is the end. You're like, the reason why is because of this. You hit them with the 1 John 2:18. You're like, we got a lot of Antichrists now. I'm not talking about people that don't believe. We're not talking about non-believers. It's not the same. We got Antichrist. That means these people are actually trying to tear down the validity of him. I don't know about, you know what I mean? I ain't that old or nothing. But this is new to me. I ain't never seen this. You know what I mean? And I've been around some people that thought just straight wicked. I've been around people that was, you know what I mean? They was cool and proud to be bad. You know what I'm saying? I've even been around Satanists, man. But they didn't have no arsenal, man. You ask them, hey man, why don't you believe in God? They'll just say some weird stuff like, oh, you know, God, he ain't never helped me out, or, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? They didn't have no arsenal. They wasn't coming through trying to open up no book. They wasn't dropping any verses. They wasn't a real problem. But the ones that right here that we got, it's a problem. But it's an indication mark to let you know, man, we done gotten the worst, and the inequity has reached its max. You know what I mean? The world has hit its all-time low. is when you seeing these people now attacking Christ. And we got actually people that's buying that slop. You ain't nowhere, man. You ain't got no a country. To me, man, country don't got much longer than that. If you guys start pulling that stuff, you actually are anti-biblical. Oh man, I'm done. He says First John 2:22. He said, "Who is a liar but he that denies that Yahweh is the Christ?" He's an antichrist. That denies the Father and the Son, man. You know, because that's what they're ultimately doing. You're not realizing it. Because if you go and study the principles that Christ laid out, you will know that this is not infringing on anything that was mentioned beforehand in the Old Testament. Period. That's kind of real. To me, it seems very logically, or I mean, not logically, but very obviously laid out. You can see it. Those that is not seeing it, I'm not understanding exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? Something spiritual. But at the end of the day, what I start off saying is like, it's spooky though. It's something that you know what I mean? It's like a horror movie. You're looking at a monster or something, and this is something that shouldn't exist. You know what I mean? It's like something that hasn't existed before. You know, you see a person. You see a person that's just antichrist. You're like, dang man, what is this? What the heck is this? Where this come from? He said, in every spirit that confesses that Yahweh HaMashiach is come in the flesh, he ain't of God. And this is the spirit of Antichrist, man. Whereof you have heard that it should come. And even now it is in the world. These people was dealing with it, and it's giving you heads up. You're going to deal with it too. Because even though this was some letters sent to some individuals at that time, he's still letting them know, hey, once you start busting this out, he said, this is going to be the response. This is what you got to do. And we get in there to do it. It's bad. Wickedness at its max. 2 John 1:7. For many deceivers are entered into the world who confess that Yahweh HaMashiach is come in the flesh. Who confess not that Yahweh HaMashiach is come in the flesh. This is a deceiver and an antichrist. That's the fact. So it's a scary time right now, man, because to me, God is something that frightens me. Even though I love him, I'm kind of really scared of him. He's scared of me a lot. And the stuff damage that's being done with these people.
Looks like you lost another one.
You know, I don't even know the name of people. Or they could just, just get involved inside of the echo chamber that they create online. I think it's the second one. But I don't know, man. Just in case people are actually being convinced of this stuff, man, you gotta be prepared, man. You gotta be ready to bust out this part right here with this blue letter. Like I showed y'all, you just type in what a tacticists say about JESUS and then put the word blue letter and you get it. And that's just something you can pull, like, say on your phone to draw up a hit in mid-speech in the middle of a conversation or something. And I'm talking about a YouTube. If the person is using his common sense and he's being honest, and you can really, convince that brother that he was in error at that time. And you probably get somewhere with that. You feel me? Yeah, man. With that being said, man, my battery is about to die because I don't have my thing plugged into a source. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one down at this moment. Anybody got anything to say? If I got anything to say, or forever hold your peace, we'll get on. So be it. Let it be done. All praises to the Heavenly Father. And blessings, honor, glory be unto him that sits upon the throne and to the Lamb. Forever and ever, amen. Hallelujah, oh, hallelujah, oh, hallelujah, oh. The rock of Yahweh.
CRM you'll actually want to use. Capture and collect all. Unshakable, now I can't be moved, unbreakable, now I can't be bruised, Storing treasures up in heaven. Give me the loot, give me the loot. Take the shackles off my mind and let's get loose, You got good and you got evil, hope you choose, I study practice, ain't no way that I could lose, Feeling so close to Jeremiah like Baruch, You know the devil is a lie, ain't that the truth, Harvest in the tree of life, I see the fruit, I'm holding on, I'm squeezing tight, I got the juice, Remaining grounded in the fight, I'm showing roots, The Holy Spirit be my God to show me rules, Inform me, can I pull this over, we the truth, Two doors to the kingdom, we the cooch, I pray the Abba for the wisdom, I need a boost, You got knowledge, you got folly, hold you, We wrestle not with flesh and blood, I'm not Luke Kane, Christ is the baptism, make it move away, I'm water boy, like shade.
Hey, let me back in.
Spiritual real estate, we can't lose space. I read the script, became a light, this a new page. I'm older, my time eternal, this a new age. I'm older, my time eternal. Unshakable, now I can't be moved, unbreakable, now I can't be bruised, Storing treasures up in heaven, give me the loot, give me the loot. Taking shackles off my mind and let's get loose, You got love and you got hate, I hope you choose, Off top, I'm anointed like a toothpaste. I'm skin clean and tight, boy, like a
Hey, did you ever see what's his name in the back?
The devil is a predator, get out the food chain. I repented from the heart, I pray you do the same. I stay afloat like Noah's Ark, that's how we do things. The most I've been good from the start, so tell me who changed.
The spirit aside, I'm still living, know who's sane. Sodom and Gomorrah, a bunch of whores and fruitcakes. Babylon is falling, you might have to lose things. But you know the kingdom coming, so don't lose faith.
Unshakable, no, I can't be moved. Ay. Unbreakable, no, I can't be bruised. Ay. Storing treasures up ahead, but give it a loot, give it a loot. Take the shackles off my mind, now let's get loose. Ay.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, did you see the chat?
What's that?
Did you see the chat? That volume of the book?
Nuh-uh, what's that?
Oh, I think he was in the back.
Oh, he was? My bad. Oh. Yeah, you can come back on. I didn't know.
I thought he came on and apologized and left, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought I talked to him.
Oh,
Yeah, this
Yeah.
nigga slow.
this dude Shalimar said let him back on or something.
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't know nothing about that. I know that.
Yeah, when you're just listening to on like YouTube, it's like a little echo. You know, like the music plays like twice, but when you get on the stream, it's not.
Oh, that was that's because what's it called? I had my mic still on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, it pisses me off when I do that, cause yeah, man, messes it up, and it didn't even have to go down like that. Just gotta pay attention to details sometimes.
Calm. It's
But
all good though.
if y'all want to keep on going, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of juice left. Let me see how much juice I got. I got like 14%. But yeah, Shalimar, brother, man. Yeah, we was already in it. We just now got done for him dropping, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of this proof of Christ.
Calm.
You know, we always prove in Christ because you know what I'm saying, we got to get rid of this antichrist doctrine when we get up out of here, because brothers is making it to where we ain't growing. The process don't grow when you got people over there teaching, you know, enthusiastic.
Paganism.
Yeah, well, they're like enthusiastic believers. You don't get that. That ain't everywhere. But then you get these same enthusiastic believers. They ain't teaching nobody. They just sit online talking shit. You're like, man, you're supposed to be out there like the way I am. Like me and Akmalak and Yahusop. Like you're supposed to be out there.
Calm.
You're supposed to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you would think that's crazy. You would think that these people, you know what I mean, be out there teaching the people the law, statutes, and commandments. You find out that they not. It's a shock. Like what?
Shocking.
You ain't out there.
It blows my mind away, man. I'll be really sitting there like, what the fuck? How did you even hear this then? How did you hear the Israelites? Oh, well, you know what I mean? I met one of my cousins or something. You'd be like, yeah, and what kind of Israelite was he? Oh, he was in IUIC. You'd be like, man, come on then, man.
Man.
You'd be like, so you found out by a Christian, and you're tripping on Christians, biting the hand that feeds you, man.
Man.
For real, you just can't live that one up better than that. You just now bit the hand that fed you, man. You got that real.
They let that devil, you know what I mean, take that word, you know what I mean, out of them. You know, because they heard the word, you know what I mean, but they allowed the world, you know what I mean, to destroy, you know what I mean, what was put up in them. Because you know that they got a lot of people complaining about the Israelites. Yeah, man, them people yelling on the corners, or you know, they're yelling at me, you know, things like that, or you know, and then like you know, just from off hearing stuff like that, they didn't want to be, you know what I mean, put under that category, you know what I mean. But that's the cool thing about it is, man, we only doing that. The reason why these people are on the mics and talking the way they talk is because they do this every week. Some of them do this more than once a week. So, you know what I mean? They get a lot of people that's not listening. So they gotta yell the message to them, whether they hear or forbear, like the scripture says. Whether they hear or forbear, man, let them know. So even if they walking off, still get your verses out. Why? So they can't say, Oh man, I didn't know nothing about Christ. Oh, I didn't know nothing about the laws. I didn't know nothing. No, yes, you did.
These niggas told you.
Yeah. And then our hands get cleaner and we get closer and closer to getting up out of here. But when you're sitting here, you're not washing your hands. You still sitting around here bearing your blood guilt, and you're causing other motherfuckers to maintain their blood guilt. You're just like, man, don't you know the damage you're being, like, you're fucking this up. You don't realize you're a big wrench in the work. You know, you got an engine and somebody throws a wrench inside the engine while it's moving. You know what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. Because nobody's dumb enough to do no shit like that, because they know it's going to be some crazy fucked up repercussions. Then you got these dumbass niggas that's doing it every time you look up, left and right, throwing.
Yeah.
And you be like, don't y'all niggas know what you're doing? Don't you know what could happen? You can, man, get your head ripped off by an angel fucking around like that, nigga.
Man.
Y'all niggas is way too bold for my taste. I'm cool on that.
For real. I'll backs up. Look in.
But no, my thing
is shake
my
head. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
That's all you can do is shake your head. But my thing is about to die. I ain't gonna be able to continue much longer. Once it gets low on batteries, it dies faster and faster.
All right, man. All right.
So I want to stay on longer.
Why you didn't charge it?
I didn't bring my charger, man. So it's just something I gotta.
Yeah, you know, at the site.
Oh, you in the same spot as Akmalak?
No.
I mean, like the same situation.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like a car charger thing. You got to get you up.
I have one.
Like, where you can. It's a car charger.
I got one too, but I actually just forgot it. That was just one of the things that I forgot on the way out the door. Just didn't even think about it. Right at the last minute.
You know the ones I'm talking about there? The car charger where you could actually plug up like a computer or something inside the car?
Yeah, it's called a inverter.
Yeah. I be getting them from the Flying J, man. But if you got one, I ain't gonna get you one. You already got it.
I have an inverter. I just the regular car charger. Mine. This thing it's not a laptop. It's just a tablet. So it'll plug in the same way you plug in a cell phone. I got an iPhone piece. I needed that little other one, the USB thing.
The C charger.
Yeah, I got one in this backpack right here if you want it.
I got one too. I just forgot mine's at the crib.
Yeah, but
when I see you.
If you want to stay online longer, I could go over here and ask Bob's if she give me a ride. I already gave her $5 for a lighter. I'll just give her $5 more.
You ain't gonna make it here.
Oh,
by the time
$5?
I get online, and by the time I think it's about to die, I got 8%.
Yeah, that thing's dying rapidly.
Yep.
I probably got about 8 minutes left. It's dying by the minute, pretty much.
All right. Well, hey, man, Kahal Haba, man, Bashem y'all shy.
Always forever y'all.
Dash.
The highest power, the only power.
Khan. And we out, y'all. Shalom.
Shalom.